Proxies, welcome to the show. Hope you're doing well. Let's jump right into things. This past week, we've seen a new agent revealed for 1.1, Jane Doe, voiced by Kelsey Jafar, who is also the voice actor for Yao Yao in Genshin Impact. The name Jane Doe is something that you've definitely heard before. It's used as a placeholder in the US and the UK for a party whose true identity is unknown or otherwise must be withheld. So like when criminal investigations or just like confidential statements, things like that. Now, I thought she was a cow at first, but turns out she's a rat. She seems pretty cool. She says she's a cat, but you know, being a rat, that's what they do, they lie. So I'm pretty sure she's a rat. But you'll see her again later in the video. Some updated numbers from last week. Z3 has reached $52 million in global revenue within 11 days of release. During this time period of their own releases, Genshin Impact made $90 million and Honkai Star Rail made over $108.6 million. Keep in mind that all these numbers are only on mobile. This doesn't count PC and PlayStation systems, which definitely have crazy number on their own. Not to mention, the game is also on the Epic Game Store, so even if that's a little revenue, that's still revenue coming from there. It's insane to think just how much these games make every month. But with that said, these numbers are nowhere near close to Nexon's Dungeon & Fighter Mobile, which grossed a colossal $500 million in its first month that released this year. These mobile games, man, I tell you, infinite money glitch. Discussion surrounding Zenless Zone Zero's difficulty continues, and some players might be in for a rude awakening in the latter half of the Hollow Zero stages. In a tweet, popular CC Gacha Gamer shared his experience detailing the mode forcing you to break early game habits in order to succeed. The original tweet reads, "People who play ZZZ are in for some rude awakening once they try out the hardest Hollow Zero with 1111 modifiers. It's kinda sad that the bad habits you gain from playing this game on brain dead easy mode, and then the difficulty literally goes up to 11 with this challenge." Then he posted a clarifying tweet saying, "Just to be clear here, I was basically pointing out that once you reach these modifiers, don't be surprised about the difficulty spike. It's an optional fight much like the hologram bosses in Wuthering Waves. Although the last reward is pretty nice, a main stat selector for a disk drive." Let me know how well that goes for you and if you try Proxies. I'm nowhere near that level, but I'm sure figuring it out is a lot of fun. The system is similar to what we have in Honkai Star Rail with the Conundrum level or the Heat system in Hades. In our artist segment for this week, we have some really nice pieces from Rena_0A on Twitter with Nicole and Anby shopping. A very nice piece of Jane Doe fan art by New Bunny on Twitter. I'm sure we will be seeing more of her in the coming weeks. And finally, an absolutely magnificent art piece by @QBumley on Twitter of Belle doing push-ups for Soldier 11 for being late to their meeting. If you paid attention, you'll definitely remember the scene where she first mentions the punishment for being late to anything basically in the military, and we can see her really struggling to do those push-ups. As always, if you have any artwork you want me to showcase, drop it in the comment section and I'll be sure to feature it. Speaking of features, our Bangboo for this week is plugboo. You know, out of all the selectable Bangboos, I definitely think they have the most unique design, not only with the no eyes, it makes them very distinguishable and it stands out because you can immediately guess what type or like what it does just by looking at it. And I think that is telling of a really good design. Some upcoming in-game events include the Don't Get Greedy event in the arcade. Here are some of the details. During the event, Proxies can head to the Godfinger arcade and play the event mode Snake Duel and clash in an online 2v2 battle. During the event, Proxies will be randomly teamed up with another Proxy and play against the two-person team. At the end of the game, the team with the longest total length of both snakes win. The winning team will receive 800 Snarky vouchers per player, and the losing team will receive 500 Snarky vouchers per player. Also, Proxies can exchange snaky vouchers for polychromes, boopons, upgrade materials, and other rewards in the store. After the multiplayer event ends, the event shop will close and snaky vouchers will be reset. So, please do not forget to use up those snaky vouchers before the shop closes. I don't want you going on the event with 4 hours left and you start grinding and you won't make it and you won't get your polychromes. We don't want that to happen. So, get on that. Now, to wrap things up with one of our bigger stories for this week, just to give a little context before we get into this, as you all know, when you get 6 copies of a character in the game, you reveal an image of the character in a stripped down version of their design. Now, over in the official ZZZ subreddit, the mods were rightfully banning any not safe for work images, as it's a rule on their subreddit, which is standard, expected, right? However, they also started taking down posts of art featuring the official representations of these characters, with the most infamous example being Piper. Naturally, people were not happy about all this, but here's the thing. There are multiple takes people have going into this sort of thing, commenting, being angry, all that sort of stuff. You've got the people that think every anime character looks underage. You have the people who say that it's okay because it's a drawing. You got the people who say it's absolutely not okay, regardless if it's a drawing. And you have the mods banning art of, quote, child-looking characters with absolutely no clarity on what that means. And you've got Hoyo never giving anyone below the age of 500 a confirmed age. So there's a lot of discussion going around, a lot of angry people, a lot of happy people, but I'm just here presenting you what's going on. But even with all that, the news kind of happened on Reddit and it stayed on Reddit, so I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't seen it leak over to other platforms, but that's basically what's going on over there. That wraps up this week's show. If you learned something new, drop a like, I would very much appreciate it, and subscribe for more Z3 content and news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the internet proxies. Peace.